shucks. Okay, now I know where I've been harvesting nether brick from. Okay. Hello everybody, this is Ed and welcome back to another episode of Escaping the Nether. I'm going to take care of this naughty little ghast who has decided to spawn right here, right in this open area. There we are, lovely. We've got ourselves some gunpowder and a ghast here. Fantastic. I hope everyone is having an absolutely beautiful day, and if you're not, well, I just hope that your day does become beautiful, because life is too short and every day is an absolute blessing. And every day that we live is one less day we get to enjoy, so I really hope you're having a lovely day. Now, I'm going to be doing a bit of building today to make a change, or not too much of a change, but first off, I'm going to extend this area out a bit more, so that way I don't lose my leaf products, my tree products, when I harvest my trees, because I noticed that some of the saplings and sticks and apples were falling down there and I was missing them, and I just noticed there's a floating block there I'd never seen before. Okay, right, so oh boy, I was hoping I could do some building of my monument. What I'm thinking about here is I'm going to be up where I shot that ghast with that arrow just momentarily. I was thinking what I wanted to do was to build a monument for my my nether portal back to the overworld, because I figured it should be a momentous occasion when I do. Oh, okay. This netherrack here was wanting to stop me from building my little bridge. Just wanted to see what was across this gap here. So I figured I wanted to have a nice, a monument. So I'm going to be working towards that. Hence why earlier on in the video, you would have seen a snippet of me mining up some nether brick, because it's very important. And there's plenty of it around. But the only problem is I didn't realize I was digging into the floor before. There's not much really to see over here, so oh man, kind of like a nether ravine. That's nice. Got the natural beauty of the nether, if you could say that, in a place that is reminiscent of heck. Still, we're living here, we got to make the best of a bad situation. Unfortunately, I'm noticing that zombie pigmen like to get stuck in between my bamboo. Just thinking maybe there's some way we could turn that into a gold farm. I don't know, I'm not too sure. But I feel a bit bad killing zombie pigmen because they seem only too happy to be living here. And they don't hurt you, they're neutral, they don't want to hurt you. They only hurt you if you hurt them. And I think that's perfectly reasonable. I'm just going to be careful I don't hit him with my axe right about now, because that would upset both of us, I think. Right, so I don't know why that bit of bamboo doesn't want to grow, but I'm thinking maybe it could be a light problem, I'm not too sure. I'll put a torch there either way and see what happens. So, what has life been going? What has been happening with me is what I'm trying to say here. My wife, the other night, she had a work meeting, or not a work meeting, an after work drinks with all her work colleagues, and she was wanting me to drop her off and pick her up. And I was a little bit apprehensive at first, because I'm not a big driver. Oh, hello, zombie pigman. I'm not a big driver. I mean, I can drive, I got my license, but driving does put me on edge a little bit, because the roads seem very stressful in Sydney. And that's okay. I'm just going to be making some scaffolding for the first time in my life ever. I've never done the scaffolding before, but it does seem like a very handy resource to have, a very handy block to have, because it's a lot easier to break down and it allows you to maneuver up and down around your build. So I want this monument to my nether portal back to the overworld to be quite, not tall, but just a little bit grandiose, because I think, it's a momentous occasion getting back to Earth, in a sense. So, as I was saying, my wife, she was having work drinks in a pub, a very nice pub, and she asked if I could drop her off and pick her up, so that way she didn't have to drive and worry about parking and worrying about, driving after having a beer or two. So I said, that's fine, I can do that. Not that she drinks beer, I think she prefers vodka and orange juice. I do enjoy a beer, I do enjoy a cider, I love a gin and tonic myself. Or a glass of Baileys, that's for certain. But not too much, all in moderation, I find. So, I dropped her off, and then come about 10 o'clock at night, I had to go pick her up, and I was like, okay, that's fine. I was in my pajamas, but I was happy to drive and pick her up. And so I got out of bed, got in the car, started to drive to the pub. It was about 25 minutes away, so it wasn't too far, which was handy. And so got to a set of traffic lights, and I'm waiting to turn right, because in Australia, because we drive on the left-hand side, our left-hand turn is everyone else's right-hand turn. I guess 75% of the world's right-hand turn. And, oh dear, okay, what am I thinking? I need water to grow sugarcane, and it's silly that I thought I could grow it. It's definitely the water that's stopping me, yeah? Nothing else, not a light problem? No, it is water. Let's try again. No, definitely is the water. Water is needed. I want to grow sugarcane. Silly of me to forget that. So where was I? I've lost where I was in the story. Anyway, I went to go pick up my wife, and that's right, I was waiting to do a right-hand turn, and so... Oh yeah, that's an interesting fact I found out. 75% of the world drives on the right-hand side. The other 25% drive on the left, like us in Australia. So I had no idea that we were the minority as far as which side of the road we drove on. That's okay, I'm happy to... If it came to be that we had to drive on the right-hand side, I'd be more than happy to learn to drive on the right-hand side. I think life would be so much easier. I mean, granted, it wouldn't work out because it's just not the way the world works. But if every country drove on the same side of the road, and every country used the same unit of measurements, and every country had there was like one Earth language and one Earth currency, life would be a lot easier for travelers. But it doesn't work that way, especially the way with currency. Economics does not work that way. So I'm no expert in the field. It's just one of these things I thought about whenever I've travelled. How much easier life would be if I didn't have to worry about learning a new language every time you went to a different country. But, that's okay. It's just mindless thoughts I always think about. I won't let myself be too concerned about it. And it's always good to learn a new language. It certainly builds your vocal skills up, that's for sure. Okay, that's the beginning of our monument. I know it's floating in space, but don't worry, it won't be looking like that the entire time. This is just the platform. There's going to be a foundation, and it's going to look... I'm hoping it's going to look very nice. Just wanted to save resources and not have to worry about putting bricks underneath it. Anyway, back to the story. I was driving through Sydney and driving to go pick up my wife. She didn't drink too much that night, but she had a few. And she didn't want to catch an Uber. I was happy to pick her up. So I'm waiting to turn right, and there's a car behind me also waiting. And at night time, I didn't realize this, but at night time, especially if you're in an illuminated area, you can see what's going on in the car behind you quite easily. And the gentleman behind me, and I probably shouldn't have been watching, but he was picking his nose for about 20 seconds straight. He was really going at it. And I guess, didn't mean to fall in there. That was a mistake. Okay. But I thought it was a bit comical and a bit funny that was happening. And you know what? When you got an itchy nose, sometimes a good scratch inside is the thing to do. I've done it in the past. When I've had an itchy nose, I just thought it was funny. A silly little story that happened there. Anyway, what else? Speaking of car adventures, this happened more recently. The other night, the wife and I went out to have dinner at a club, RSL. It's kind of like a I don't know what the equivalent is in America. It's basically a place that has like poker machines and restaurants and bars, and it's usually for the older types of people. But you can go there, you can like get a membership, and you're given a little card with your photo on it, and whenever you buy food, you get like guest membership prices, so things are a little bit... membership prices, because guests had to pay full price, and you get a little discount, and you get like birthday rewards and things like that. So it's not bad if you want a cheap meal, and you want to go out and have a good time. So the other night, the wife and I thought, let's go to our local club and get an item heal, and we went out, and it was a Saturday night, I think. It was a Friday or a Saturday night. Either way, it was a busy night in the parking lot, and it's a pretty big parking lot, I will admit. Okay, do excuse me, I'm learning to use... Oh boy, I'm learning to use the scaffolding right now, and I don't seem to be doing a very good job of it. Okay, let's break those, we'll grab those back. Oh dear. Didn't mean to do that. What am I doing wrong here? Well, that's the way I gotta do it. That's the way I gotta do it. Come on. No, that seems to work. I don't know what exactly I'm doing here. Okay. Life is certainly... You're always learning in life, aren't you? Maybe I should have done some research into... Oh, that seems to... Oh. Okay, I'm building out to the side now. Anyway, back to the story. It was a very busy night at the parking lot, and so we were driving around looking for a place to park. We weren't doing too well, but we figured sooner or later a car will be coming out, so we waited and waited, driving around, continued looking, and sure enough, there was a guy and a girl walking through the parking lot, and so we were driving down that particular driving pathway, road. It's not exactly a road. I guess it is in a parking lot. And we're like, hey, I wind down the window. I said, hey, are you leaving? And the guy put up his thumb. Just going to deal with this cheeky little skeleton here. Put up his thumb, gave me the thumbs up. And it's like, okay, cool, this guy is leaving. So he'd passed the car by that point with him and his wife. I assumed it was his wife. Okay, these skeletons are wanting to do the do with me right here. Deary me. Okay, those zombie pigmen took care of him. Wait. Oh, they want to take care of me now. Guys, it wasn't me that hit you guys. I'm sorry. Okay, they seem a little bit aggro. They were aggro at the skeleton, and then when the skeleton was taken care of, they got very aggro with me. Right, so I'm just going to heal up here. Looks like they've forgotten about me. Deary me, gentlemen. Zombie pigmen and zombie pig women. Sorry that had to happen, but it wasn't me that hit you. Okay, they seem to be distracted now. I'm just going to let my health get back up, and I'm going to go explore upstairs again. So, back to the parking lot. I swung the car into reverse, made sure it was clear for me to reverse back down the road in this parking lot, and kept going and going and going. And the guy who'd given me the thumbs up kept walking. Okay, they don't seem too bothered about me being hit. Now, oh no, a zombie pigman. Looks like they got killed. Oh, that's a shame. Oh well. It is the Nether after all. Fighting will happen. There we go. I grabbed those arrows and that bone. Right, let's see. That blaze. And we've got a magma cube right here. Wouldn't mind another magma cream. Not that I can really use it, but it just feels nice to gather resources for potential brewing in the future. I'm not doing a great job taking care of this magma cube. So as we I need to stay on track with the story here. As we're continuing back down the road in the parking lot, the gentleman keeps walking. I keep reversing, and it's getting a bit crazy now because it's gone from, like, say 5 meters, 10 meters. We've gone 20 meters. We've now reached the end of the parking lot, and he keeps walking. And he keeps walking out of the parking lot, and it's at that point we realised the guy obviously didn't hear what we said, or if he had done, he didn't understand us. He was speaking a foreign language with his wife, but we just assumed that, people talk in their mother tongue all the time, so obviously it was a case of he thought, he must have been a tourist or something like that, and he was just giving us the thumbs up like, yeah, we didn't understand you, but, peace out, whatever. So there's us driving backwards down in a parking lot, trying to get a parking space from a car that's not leaving. I don't even know if he had a car there, so he may have been walking back to the train station. Don't know. But in the end, we did get a parking space that night, so that was a little... Oh, goodness me, this gas... I don't want him to destroy my monument. Oh, and magma cubes are wanting to do a little dance with us here. Okay, I'm going to take care of the gas first, because the gas wants to... Unless those magma cubes, the gas... he might want to destroy my place a little bit more than the magma cubes will. Okay. There we go. Took care of that gas. Now I'm going to take care of this magma cube. There we go. And the baby magma cubes. I won't worry too much about getting the XP over there just yet. Another magma cube. Take care of him. Or her, I should say. I think they're... I don't know. I assume that they're genderless. But you never know. It's a strange thing. Sometimes you're just not too sure. Right, so... let's get back to building this monument to the portal back to the overworld. So I have a pair of jeans. And I can't get up here. I keep falling down. A pair of jean shorts. I guess they're called jorts. I call them jorts. And I can't get up here again. Goodness me. And the other week, I was at the shops and I came home and I discovered that, I mean, they're quite old, but not too old. Maybe a year or about a year and a half. I don't really buy new clothing all that often. I wear clothes until they've well and truly worn out. And so these pair of jorts that I was wearing, there was a tear right in between the middle of my legs. And it was a decent sized tear, maybe 3 inches wide. And I was walking around the shops. I don't think it was obviously very noticeable. Not exactly happy with that archway. That's okay. It was only a first attempt, though, so I'm going to get back to it and hope that I can fix that up a bit. But looking at it, it looks a bit like a duck who hasn't had a very good time and had a bit of a rough life. So let's give that another try again. So I came back from the shops and discovered that my pants had a tear right in the middle, a big tear. And as I say, I'm hoping it wasn't very noticeable. I would have had to have been doing the splits in the middle of the shopping centre for people to have seen it. And I'm glad I heard him or her coming up behind me there. There we go. I forget sometimes wither skeletons can spawn around here because this is well, we're right near a nether fortress, aren't we? I just got to make sure I don't accidentally hit a zombie pigman because we don't want a repeat of what happened before. And me being chased out of this area by very angry zombie pigmen with their golden swords. They will hurt me, and they might even kill me. So I got home and I repaired my shorts. Whee! I like the fact that you can do that. Oh, one stayed up there. I really enjoy. There we go. I'm mastering it. See, it didn't take me long to master the old scaffolding there. So yes, that night I ended up getting some. I've got a box of spare denim because it's not the first time I've had to repair my pants or jeans or jean shorts. So I had a box of that looks worse. Oh dear. I may have to, spend some time figuring out a good design here because I'm not very happy with what I've been doing so far. As I was saying, I got some denim out of my denim box, and I got my needle and thread and some crafting glue, and I cut out a square of my of denim, and I repaired my pants that night in bed while I was listening to podcasts. And oh no, this is going from bad to worse, and now with the skeletons wanting to engage in combat. Okay, come on, Mrs. Wither Skeleton, who knows? Seriously, I don't know what I'm doing here. I thought maybe trial and error might be okay, but the more I look at it, the more I play with it, the worse it's getting. I may have to start from scratch and see how I go. It really doesn't look that good. So I put on the crafting glue, stuck on the denim patch on the inside of my jorts, and I sewed it up and sewed the patch onto my jorts, and yeah, it held in place, and it's hopefully made it stronger, and hopefully the tail will not get any bigger. And then the other day I'm doing work in the back garden, and actually I was cleaning the windows in the back garden because our windows have been getting very dirty lately thanks to all this dust storms. We've been having a lot of dust in the atmosphere right now in the moment. So I've been cleaning the windows, and I was on a stepladder, and as I'm coming down the stepladder, another tear, this time on the front left of my pants. A big tear came right underneath my zipper, and so that was about a week after I did my first repair job. So I wasn't very happy about that, so I had to then repair that. And then I showed my wife last night, and of course, stitching. I'm not the best sewer, but it's enough that it's going to hold together. And I showed my wife and I said, can I go outside in these jean shorts? And she's like, no, you can't. They don't look very nice at the moment. The holding together, yes, but they don't look very presentable. I want 2 archways, one in the front and one in the back. I'm not too sure how this one's coming along. I think it looks a bit better than what we had before, this front one. But I think the back ones will connect, but I want the front ones to look a bit more dilapidated. How many have we got here? I'm just going to count these up. So that being said, I've been looking to get replacement shorts, and I do like buying second-hand clothing. So I went to the Salvos and went to the Vinnies, trying to find second-hand clothing stores. There are charity shops in Australia, and I haven't had much luck, but I did find one pair of really baggy shorts there. That's a story for another day, I think. Oh boy, well, we've got the foundation going. We're getting a start. Yeah, I might have to do some work off camera as well, because I've got a feeling I'm going to be doing a lot of trial and error here. That is for sure. But you know what? I'd like to thank everyone for joining me today. It's been an absolute pleasure having you. I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. You take care of yourselves and each other. Remember, life is too short to hold on to anger and stress. It's impossible to be perfect. Just be happy with the way you are. Okay? Anyway, thank you again, guys. Take care. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Oh dear. Okay, I figured I'd record this bit because not long after I stopped recording, I mean, I don't stop recording, but I stopped talking. I keep recording just in case something like this happens, and I was down collecting some more resources from my boxes, and a ghast decided to take some shots at me, and one shot hit one of my trees, and now my wood farm has been destroyed, and my staircase coming down has been destroyed too. Luckily, I mean, that's why I don't use wood to build in the Nether, obviously, but luckily these things we can fix this up. Oh well, take care everyone.